Okay, we're in round 2. We have the choice. We'll play first. Um, so Pristine Skywise is kind of like a dead card in this hand. So the hand's really like a 5-drop creature and a couple combat tricks. We do have, well, it's such a good distribution of lands to spells that I want to keep it, but I can see why this hand would be a problem. Think I'm going to mulligan, since Pristine Skywise is kind of a dead card in this hand anyway. I'm going to mulligan. Alright, well, it's a better hand, so I'm okay with that. Mulligan worked out. I would rather have hard removal and a 2-drop creature than a bunch of combat tricks. Alright. Pacifism, not so good against Zephyr Scribe. Ooh, Myth-Realize is pretty good here, though. Alright, he's digging already, which is fine. Mind Rot. Well, I think I'm going to ditch the pacifism in the land. My reason being, pacifism seems a lot worse in the blue-black matchup than in Enduring Victory, so I'm okay with this. Alright, play the Sky Captain and pass. This still could have been our last card, he's not sure. Youthful Scholar. Alright, well, I can fly over top of that, but I think he's likely setting up for an exploit, which would make quite a bit more sense. Guess I could have activated and pumped Myth-Realize, but it still wouldn't have been enough to get the Glade Watcher online, I guess. If he attacks with the Scholar, I am going to block. I don't see any real need to let him exploit it later, so I'm okay with the block on a Youthful Scholar. Ooh, that's a lot of value right there. He gets to draw 2 cards as well as search his library for anything and put it in his hand. It's pretty powerful. So I presume he's finding another bomb. Outcast is actually pretty good. So let's get in with Sky Captain. Let's play the Outcast and get a couple dudes. I have Formidable now too, which is nice. I'm trying to think how highly motivated he is to attack with Sidisi. I guess I'm not sure yet. Alright. Ruthless Death Fang, which I can attack into, which is fine. Pretty clear Enduring Victory telegraph, I would say. Beastmaster is not looking as sexy. Since I can't exactly draw anything off of it. So let's just pass. Guess I could get mind rotted again. So if he exploits to make me sacrifice, I guess I'm sacking a Outcast. Okay. I suppose Butcher's gonna take out Sky Captain? I guess I have to sack 2 creatures. So he's gonna sack Scribe. I'll sack my Outcast and he kills Sky Captain, I'm guessing, or maybe he just kills the 2 flyers. I'm not sure. It kills a Glade Watcher. Well, I think I'm okay with that. So we'll take Sidisi. I don't want to cast Enduring Victory on that. Okay, so now we'll put a counter on Myth Realized. Well, guess we swing. Land there would have been pretty good because we could have activated Myth Realized and had Enduring Victory up. But can't imagine he's highly motivated to block still. Could. Still okay if he does. So, alright. Now I think we're actually going to cast another Sky Captain. This does let him crack in for quite a bit of damage, but we still have Myth Realized up as well. If I take 11, I go to 6, which means could be in a bit of trouble. Could have left up the Enduring Victory, but I can activate Myth Realized. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Trade with the Butcher. He deals 8 to us, which puts us at 9, which means I'm safe from another volley of attacks from this. Plus, I'll have the Enduring Victory. I think I'm going to activate this and block the Butcher. Because I crack back for 5, which puts him dead on a 2-turn clock. Okay. All right. It's actually pretty nice. So if I play Dragon Hunter plus Beastmaster, I have 2 blockers. I definitely want to hit him with everything this turn. Because it gets him... I can take a hit from... I basically just can't take a hit from 3 dudes. Well, I have to be able to block Angler. I don't think I'm surviving the long game, though, so I think going for broke here is correct. Alright, it's pretty bad for us, since he does not on a 2-turn clock now, but... In my defense, my opponent drew a pretty ridiculous amount of cards. Alright, well, just basically lost to card advantage this game, but it's understandable. Like I said, I don't think there was much chance of winning if I'm staying back in chill mode against a much more highly developed board state than I've got, so I don't really regret my decision. It just sort of forced him to have like a whisk away and a flatten, or something along those lines. Basically forced him to have multiple removal spells, which he did have. So he's got flyers. How many flyers did we see, though? We just saw the one Ruthless Death Fang. Other than that, we didn't see that much. Maybe I just want to bring in Pinion Feast. Or I guess it's a fairly safe assumption. He's got some flyers in there. Let's bring them both in. I actually like Myth Realize still. I think that's fine. Let's cut the Dramoka's Gift again. I think that's even less good against like Whisk Away and stuff. I certainly don't like Pacifism in an exploit matchup, but I still think it's kind of a card I'm going to need against Ruthless Death Fang or Sidisi, or whatever other powerful cards he may or may not have. Could cut Tread Upon, I guess. Be less combat trick heavy, but more hard removal heavy. I think this is probably pretty good. Let's try this out. Play first, and yeah, we can keep this. Quite a few lands, but it's still a good hand. If he plays like a Jeskai Sage or a Palace Familiar, which he didn't, I would have attacked into it. I think actually making a bad trade, because it is a bad trade ultimately, but I think making the trade is actually okay because it basically gets rid of an exploit fodder for him, which I kind of like more. All right, looks like he put a stop to our plans. All right, looks like he may miss his land drop here. He maybe just wanted to check his manifest before playing a land. No, he's still at his land drop. All right. It's a pretty good draw. So let's drop the Crew Shock. I think this, at the very least, should draw out a little bit of removal from him. All right. I guess better that than my Pristine Skywise. Guess next turn I can activate Mithralized, Epic Confrontate the Updraft Elemental, and get in for a little bit more damage, which could be helpful. All right. I assume that's going to be finding some Pristine Skywise removal. Good news is I found a good Epic Confrontation use. Oh, especially if he gets rid of that. It's very nice. So we're going to Epic Confrontation. We get Pro Black. I imagine he's looking for either another flatten or a whisk away. Whisk away I wouldn't mind so much. I mean, it costs us a turn, but I certainly wouldn't mind drawing one of our instant speed spells so I could protect Pristine Skywise from it. Whatever removal spell he's finding, that is. But I definitely think it's to my advantage to take out Sidisi now. Oh, that was perfect. All right. So I've got 7 mana too. It really is perfect, isn't it? So we go like this. Interestingly enough, yeah, this is really interesting. So if he plays a removal spell on my Pristine Skywise, well, I was going to say target my Pristine Skywise, but that's actually not true. I just target the cloud form. Could be just a chump block here. No, he's doing a trade. It's a pretty bold trade at that. So I'm hoping he's just trying to play a removal spell on Pristine Skywise. And now we actually do I target my Pristine Skywise and I give it pro green. And it protects it against the... Oh wait, I guess that... Maybe I do have to... I might have to destroy my own... I just realized I might have to destroy my own Myth Realized to protect my Pristine Skywise from a removal spell here. Angler's not that big of a deal. So he left up the Whisk Away mana. Trying to think what other removal spells we saw in game 1. Did we just see Flatten and Whisk Away? Could be. I would prefer to not destroy my Myth Realized, I guess, but I'm not sure I'll have the luxury. Wait a second. I didn't pump my Myth Realized there, did I? So I can activate Myth Realized. I should have pumped there. Well, it's pretty clear he's got Whisk Away. So I think I actually just go on the Myth Realized plan then. I think I just make him leave 3 mana up every turn. I mean, I also can just attack with Pristine Skywise, make him Whisk Away, and then replay it next turn. Yeah, I guess that's also pretty acceptable. I mean, otherwise I can return to the earth. Like, I can return to the earth, my Myth Realized, protect that from blue. And then I just have to get one more attack in, but I kind of lose some pretty good value there if I do that. It's not even like permanent removal for my Whisk Away. He can't really comfortably attack with Gurmag Angler when I've got a Myth Realized to crack back with. I'm not in like a big hurry here, I guess. I think I'm going to allow it. Like, I've got the Return to the Earth for his, 6-drop flyer, which I would much prefer to kill with Return to the Earth. I guess he could have like a counterspell now, which is possible, I admit. Definitely wish I'd pumped my Myth Realized. So we're going to take 5 here, getting punished a little bit. Hopefully, yeah, all right. So now I'm just going to kill that. And that's actually lethal. Wow, Myth Realized. Playing really well. Playing really well. Trying to think if I want to bring back Tread Upon. I'm on the draw again, but having Tread Upon against that Updraft Elemental for my 1-drops would have been pretty nice, I got to admit. Did we only see one? Our opponent's deck has to have more flyers, right? There's no way he's got one flyer in that whole deck. Could cut a Yearling, I guess. I guess I probably don't need the Tread Upon because I've got the Press the Advantage. Okay, let's keep it as is. It worked for us. We'll try it again. I think he's got to have some Lotus Path Djinns in that deck we just haven't seen yet. I feel like we passed at least a couple. All right, got a 1-lander here, so certainly going to have to mulligan. Looks like our opponent is at least thinking about his hand. All right, he kept it 7. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this. I mean, not the most attractive hand, but I think it has to be a keep. Any land, and we can play the Beastmaster and white mana, and we can at least get Pacifism online. Admittedly, not the ideal card for this matchup. Alright, Glade Watcher's acceptable. It's pretty good with the Beastmaster, actually. No blue mana from our opponent yet. I think that's certainly important to note. Land here would be great. Very good. So now I get to play Beastmaster. Potentially start drawing cards if our opponent doesn't have removal of some sort. No land play. All right. You start drawing cards. I think we're in some pretty good pretty good spot here. Well, I at least can protect my Beastmaster from Douse and Gloom with Press the Advantage. Alright, we still get to draw cards, which is pretty nice. Jeez. Well, guess I attack and press the advantage. It's a bit of a waste, but otherwise I just play a Colossadon Yearling and pass. Maybe that is better. Don't quite have 8 power yet. See if he flattens that Beastmaster right away. It would certainly be a wise idea. Right into being. Well, that's not that bad against our board. Since we're still on the drawing cards plan. I think it would have been 100% we lose had it not been for that Beastmaster. I can almost assure you of that. There's our white mana finally. So we've got some options. I guess my best play is Yearling number 2, activate Glade Watcher, swing for 5. But actually, you know what I think I'm going to do is swing with Yearling. I mean, ideally double blocks, but now we're just going to go Yearling plus Dramoka Warrior and pass. All right. Lets him draw some cards, but we're still, now, I mean, at this point, we're in a pretty highly offensive position. And actually, the pacifism looks good on the Youthful Scholar, I gotta say that. So let's just do pacifism on Youthful Scholar. Let's see, I've got 6 mana. Basically forces him to exploit the Youthful Scholar. I guess I could, I don't mind so much, I guess, if he draws. Pacifism might be better. Because then he just guarantees exploits it. I probably just activate Glade Watcher, swing team, use press the advantage in some nasty way. Let's see, if he double blocks a Beastmaster and I press, I still lose my Beastmaster. I think I actually just swing with everything but the Beastmaster. I can't give up the card draw, especially if he doesn't have the removal. It's not lethal anyway. I guess it would be lethal given no blocks, but if I attack with Beastmaster, I can assure you my opponent's blocking. And just netting an extra card each turn off Beastmaster is just game breaking. Oh, well, that's interesting. So I just kill everything but the Youthful Scholar, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's something else I can do. I can Enduring Victory, but I still end up losing my Glade Watcher. So I guess we do press the advantage here. I'm trying to think if there's something other. No, I guess that is the right play. So we'll kill everything but the Youthful Scholar. He's got to have some pretty good solutions here. Not only does he really have to kill our Beastmaster to turn off our card draw, he's got to stop our pretty relentless attacking here. Like, even if he plays Sidisi, he's in a pretty rough spot. It'll turn off my card draw, but then I can just pacify Sidisi and get in for lethal. So Sidisi's not going to get him out of this spot unless he doesn't sacrifice anything. And even then, I think he's not dead, but he's pretty close to dead. So if he just passes turn, okay, he's not passing turn. He's playing the Butcher, sack the Scholar, 3/5/7. So he's going to draw 2. I assume kill our Beastmaster. Seems like the only logical choice. Does kill the Beastmaster. So I'm one short of lethal. And unfortunately, Enduring Victory does not get me in for lethal. I mean, it does take care of the Butcher, but it does not get in for lethal. I think Enduring Victory is the play anyway. Just pacifying this opens him up for another exploit. So I guess we just crack in with Team and Enduring Victory. Guess I could have let him coat with Venom first. That might have made more sense. So I've got the out to at least a flyer and a non-flyer, or one any type of creature. Mind Rot, I think I probably discard. I think actually Pinion Feast in a land, since Return to the Earth has a little more versatility. Granted, it doesn't bolster, but I think bolster is kind of a moot, thing at this point in the game. All right, a little bit of thinking and my opponent scoops. So I would absolutely say Abzan Beastmaster, coupled with my opponent missing his blue mana for a little bit, won us that game. We'll see you in round 3.